Back, motherfuckers.
We're back, like a vertebrae. I stole that.
Oh, that's funny. That's a good one.
So,
That's up there in the echelon of dad jokes.
I am a dad.
I'm not, but I am an old man now.
You have you've got a dog and cats.
That doesn't
You have
count.
cats or cat?
Do what? Cat, singular.
Singular.
I'm like the only pet owner that thinks that doesn't count. It's not the same.
Oh no, of course not.
A cat is essentially a house plant that back talks, and a dog,
is needy as shit. I've got a puppy.
Yeah, but not compared to a toddler.
Oh, they're really needy.
Yeah.
I mean,
but it's
not.
To eat, it's not
every
the same.
day.
It's not the same. I'm the first to admit that, and everybody.
It's not the same.
It's funny because everyone always seems to like defend me. They're like, "Yeah, but you've got animals." I'm like, "It's not the same."
I just did that, and look, he's shitting on me.
I'm not shitting on you. I'm setting the record straight because I'm not one of those people that's like, first of all, my dog's my child. It's like, no, it's fucking not.
Listen, algorithm, you need to get us some concurrent viewers.
Yes, 100%. Although they probably thought we stopped.
Well, yeah.
It was an unfortunate set of circumstances because, I mean, he knows, but you all don't.
We will have a little heart-to-heart for about 30 seconds.
Yeah, and then
basically,
we got some shit to...
This guy is a fucking machine.
No, dude.
I got burned out really bad because...
Dude, we were talking off
everything
air.
going on.
We were talking off air. The burnout is real.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Never mind.
Fuck, is it real? Basically, we were talking off air, and I've got a plan that got hindered because of the way they wrote my mortgage up. So I have to wait till December.
That's the thing. When you're because when we got this house, we asked for them to pay closing costs, and our realtor put a percentage of closing costs, and I was like, no. I said, we asked for them to pay the closing costs, and I was like, we ended up having to pay. It wasn't very much, but it was like it was like $2,000 or something like that versus $6,000. But I was like, we asked for them to pay it, and you changed the verbiage without consulting us, and we could have probably got her in trouble, but we just wanted to get in the house and get it the fuck over with.
Yeah. Well, I had a realtor cost me about $800, and it would have cost me more, but I had a buddy that saved my ass. So long story short, and you know this because you looked at the roof.
Oh yeah, actually did his roof.
Yeah, he did. But I got fucked over on the gutters because, and it was actually I
gave you a quote, and the thing is, my guys were a lot more expensive than your guy.
Right, but basically what happened was some of the gutters did need replacing, and insurance covered it. However, my realtor.
I was up there with the insurance guy. Did a different one come out? When you got those bought, how'd you get them bought?
It was part of the whole deal.
Well, see.
Okay, so here's.
Did they pay for?
Not all of them. Only a select.
They paid
few.
for one downspout. I remember.
Yes, but my realtor fucked up and put on the listing that new roof and new gutters.
Yeah.
And the people that bought the house were such sticklers.
They expected
I guess what it was is it was slightly off color, and they fucking noticed it. So guess who had to pay to put new gutters on the entire fucking house? This guy. And I basically did it so that they wouldn't fucking sue me.
Bitches.
Which I sincerely doubt they would have been able to, but...
No, because the thing is, I mean, the realtor put that in the thing.
Yeah, but they have all those indemnification clauses.
Yeah, they would have got you.
They would have got.
They wouldn't have been able to sue you, but they would have just been like, "Dude, just do it." And
well,
like,
so
okay.
Fortunately, I had a buddy who does.
Did you make any money off that house?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
But that just pissed me off because I ended up by the time it was all said and done, splitting it with the ex-wife, I ended up walking away with about just shy of $7,000, which I only lived in the house for a year. So
imagine if you sold today.
Oh fuck! Don't remind me. But that means I would have had to have paid for that house by myself for a few years, which I could not have done.
Yeah, and
I should recount that entire tale one of these days on the podcast because you want to talk about just a myriad of stupid fucking decisions. And I tell this story to.
I thought I made stupid decisions. No, I'm just kidding.
Fuck. No, I mean I will own up. 100%. It was fucking. I'm still amazed I did it. Like I was able to pull it off.
Hey,
Fucking unreal. But
do what you gotta do.
yeah. But long story short, it ended up happening. But he saved my ass because it only ended up costing me about $800.
Did he do it himself?
Yeah.
That's why.
Oh, I know.
Because
It was a very desperate phone call. Like, hey man,
please.
my realtor fucked me. Can you help me out?
Who ended up doing them?
Dan Hogan. Yeah, I don't think you know him,
Okay.
but
No.
Dan's a character. I'm friends with him on Facebook, and he's notorious. He's notorious for getting in trouble with the Facebook police. And like,
dude,
he pisses.
I've been getting banned left here and right. Well, however you say that, dude's left here and right. I've been getting banned.
You don't get banned if you're left.
Yeah, all right. 30 fucking, or I didn't get banned for no 30 days. I've only had 2 3-day bans. But the thing is, they keep coming back around for shit I posted in 2017. I'm like,
well, that's the name
way to
of
bring
the
up the
game.
past, you ex-girlfriend called Facebook.
Oh, got that beat. I know you don't follow wrestling, but for those of you who do,
the N-word?
No, but that hasn't come around.
They're not going to.
No, not for
It's
that.
amazing, dude.
So long
I'm
story.
coming for you.
Hulk Hogan, we're coming for you.
That was the funniest.
It's funny for like the Ben gets it, and Ben also would get what happened on Dark Side of the Ring, a series that is on Vice, and it goes through like just dark stories and wrestling history. And long story short, there was a plane ride for the WWF back in 2002, I think it was.
Yeah.
Where I guess just insanity. And one of the things that happened is allegedly, and I only say allegedly because I wasn't there, but it's been corroborated. Allegedly, Ric Flair strips down naked, puts on his robe, and proceeds to corner a stewardess in the galley area of the plane. And it was like, "Come on, baby, touch the nature boy's dick." That was a terrible Ric Flair impression, but
I mean, got my attention.
actually, Kenny Omega does a shockingly good Ric Flair impression. But anyway, so that's not the controversial part, because I mean, it's fucking Ric Flair. He did helicopter dick for about 30 years. But anyway, I'm not making that up. The controversy happened is because a wrestler by the name of Tommy Dreamer was being interviewed for this episode of Dark Side of the Ring. And immediately after this woman talks about how it's been 20 years of trauma that she's been reliving over and over again, they cut to a clip of Tommy, who essentially says, if it was so heinous, why didn't she pursue it to the fullest extent of the law? A little bit overly defensive, I will say, but
true.
It's not a super controversial statement.
No.
But holy shit, he got suspended from his current position at Impact Wrestling. He's suspended indefinitely, and well, let's just say his career is probably over.
Dunsky.
For making a comment about something that he wasn't even a part of that happened 18 years ago.
So, it's a perfect segue. Speaking of controversy.
Okay.
I figure we'll get into this.
All right.
So, AOC, we're talking to you, baby.
Who the fuck do you think
I'm sorry, we're
are?
not allowed to call her AOC.
Why not? Are we not?
She says you cannot call me AOC if you're not my friend. You have to call me
AOC.
Alexandra.
You put it on your fucking merchandise that you sell online. I think like.
Oi, Salsa. She doesn't pay her taxes anyway. I don't know about AOC. I can't confirm that, but the dress, the woman who made the dress, she literally is behind in taxes like $62,000. And hey, get this. How much was it for 2 tickets to the gala? About $60,000. And then on top of that, she wants to tax the rich, right? And she's not paying her taxes. But get this, that lady bought a $1.8 million home.
Yep. So, but anyway, this is my little rant, and I will say this pissed me off a lot more than it should have, and maybe it's because I had a rough couple of weeks. I don't know. But
I'm coming for you.
But legitimately, like, I'm looking, and I really would like AOC to see this, because I'm talking to you. Who the fuck do you think you are? I've gone to bat for you on this podcast, you fucker. I've gone to bat for you on this podcast because I thought, in spite of all your flaws, that you had the best of
When
intentions.
I was talking shit, and he was like, oh, he was giving you the benefit of the doubt.
I was giving you the benefit of the doubt on your motives. Well, I don't know when that changed, but you have officially crossed over. Okay, the Met Gala was the sun, and you're fucking Icarus, and you just flew into that son of a bitch.
I told you so.
Oh no, I believed you, but like, I always thought that she had the best of intent. I always thought she had good intentions. She was just wrong. But no, you've literally fallen in love with your own celebrity to the point where you think it's a good fucking idea to go to the Met fucking Gala, which is the hoity-toityest of the hoity-toity. It's a fucking art fundraiser for the arts in arguably one of the biggest fucking museums filled with fucking rich people. And you put tax the rich on a dress, and you prance around like you think, oh, look at me, I'm making such a political statement. Here's my butt. Fuck you. You want to tax the rich? You can kiss the ass.
That's like Becky in high school, who's the
Which Becky?
not our Becky's. That our Becky was cool. I'm not gonna say her last name because I don't want to give her up. But you
there
know,
were a lot of
she was
Beckys.
a year or two older, and I was like super hot.
I don't know which Becky you're talking about. Oh, we can clarify off air.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, so it's like, what is it? I can't. I don't even. Did we even have it? Where they get elected?
Student council?
No, it was something else. Like, I promised to get vending machines in the.
Yeah, no, that's
was
student council.
Okay, president of
I
student council or something like
think
that.
we had
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Actually, we did. But I'm like that. That's basically them promising a vending machine or something like that and not getting it and coming through, and then on top of that, then they like try to use it for their personal gain. You know.
Well, and then let's not. Okay.
That was
so
a bad reference. I'm just gonna say that.
it's all good. So, but let's not forget the fact that and I don't presume that AOC bought her ticket. I assume it was gifted to her, because again,
But still,
for better or for worse, she is a celebrity. But the point
she
is,
could have sold that ticket and gave it to the homeless,
Okay, yeah, I was going there. So,
or maybe give it to her friend who can't pay her taxes. Not the ticket.
but I mean,
money.
the point is, like, that was so unbelievably tactless, and I cannot believe she must not have any friends, because a good friend would have gone up to her and been like, "You sure you want to do that? I mean, are you sure?" Because that's what a good friend does. When you're about to do something really fucking stupid, they're like, "Hey, bro."
Dude, you were totally channeling your inner Ben Shapiro.
I'm
right
actually
there.
channeling my inner Jim Cornette, but not some people.
Okay.
It's like, what the fuck?
I don't know who that is.
Oh, yeah, actually, you'd find him hilarious if you were into wrestling, because he shits on
I hate to
everything.
say it like this, but obviously I don't really care too much for Fox News, and everybody, you know, probably be like, "Oh, Fox News." I've been watching Gutfeld.
Oh, God.
He is fucking hilarious.
Oh, I know he is.
And he's pretty like right, but like
As in politically.
yeah,
leaning.
he's
Yeah.
politically right. I wouldn't call him far right. I would say he makes sense, but the dude I've been watching his shit, and he's been cracking me up. Oh man, I watched the whole AOC thing just last night, and oh my gosh, it was so amazing. It was so good how they did it, and I don't know. It was a good time.
It's indefensible, and like I said, it probably pissed me off more than it should have. But
We could tell.
but I mean,
Show us on the doll where he hurt you.
right.
I mean, where he touched you.
Right here. No, I mean, it's just,
a hole in my heart.
and I guess the biggest part of this is AOC is fucking rich. And
Yeah.
she's at an event surrounded by people that are richer than her, and they're all fucking cheering. And I would like to point out that the only people wearing masks at this fucking event were the wait staff, the people that she allegedly is fighting for.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure you were fighting real hard when you were taking the hors d'oeuvres and drinks from them, and probably not even paying them any attention, because you're too busy posing for pictures.
Mm-hmm.
And you're
did you leave a decent tip?
And to top it all off, it's a fucking mermaid dress. The ugliest fucking variety of dress on planet. I'm just kidding. I think it. I don't know. Is it technically a mermaid dress? I don't know.
I mean, it hugged her body like one, so
Yeah.
I was like, she got a nice body,
I,
except for those horse teeth.
See, that's the path I
Yes,
don't want to
I'm an
go down.
asshole.
No, but I mean, but literally, that's
I've
the
got
path.
horsey too. I mean,
That's the path I don't want to go down because already I'm going to be accused of being a sexist and probably a racist in some fashion. So, in the spirit of equality, Marjorie Taylor Greene, you need to shut the fuck up too. You need to shut the fuck up, read a fucking book aside from your Bible, which I'm pretty sure you've actually never fucking read.
yeah.
Stop talking.
Leave it alone.
You're done. Just fucking sit in the corner until your term's over and then just fucking go home, please.
Bad.
Like, oh,
Don't make me get the newspaper.
Fuck, only she. I had such hope for her because she gets up and
Marjorie?
she's fucking
Is it Marjorie or Majorie?
Marjorie.
Oh.
And she's talking about Afghanistan.
Margarine.
She's talking about wanting to impeach Joe Biden for what he did in Afghanistan. And I'm like,
Rightfully
okay,
so.
I'm going to hear you out. And she uses fucking Afghanistan to create a soapbox to stand on abortion. Now, here's the thing. You can stand on a soapbox for abortion, but don't use the withdrawal from Iraq, which was a tragedy in and of itself, to set yourself up to talk about something different.
Well, I mean, Joe Biden's approval rating is like in the gutter, right? Worse than Trump's right now.
I will say this about Joe Biden.
People are actually waking up and seeing that he's fucking mentally ill.
They're not waking up. He's slapping them across the face.
Oh, yeah. He's peeing on their
He's
face and then
peeing
smacking
on them.
Wake up. I need my applesauce.
I will say this. I will eat my words on this one. I said repeatedly on this program that Joe Biden would be a transitional president and wouldn't do anything of note. Holy fuck, was I wrong.
He's trans.
It's common.
Please don't ban me.
I mean, just fuck.
He identifies as a president.
Technically, he is.
I mean, I know.
There's no technically. He is president of the United States. But holy shit. I mean, y'all thought Trump fucked up? I can see how you might disagree with some of the things Trump did. There's a conversation to be had there. But
when there's good, there's good. When there's bad, there's bad. Everything he's done is bad.
But to compare that level of fuck-uppery, it's not even on the same planet.
You know, speaking of AOC, speaking of Nancy Pelosi, all of them, when Trump was in office and the vaccine was just being mitigated,
theorized, and they said it couldn't happen.
Oh,
you can't have it in a year.
They also said that, well, we don't know. There's not enough testing. We're not going to take it. And now they're forcing it upon everybody.
It's the same fucking vaccine.
It didn't change.
It's the same goddamn thing.
None of them changed. It's all the same. It's like,
I'm sorry for cursing.
It's all the same.
It's been a
vaccines remain the same.
It's been a rough couple of weeks.
He needed to get that out.
But believe you me, if Trump had won, we would be having a very different fucking conversation right now. There would be no talk of vaccine mandates or vaccine passports. It would be all about freedom of choice.
Listen, I voted for the guy, but to be honest with you,
talking about Trump.
Yeah, I think you're wrong on that. I think he would be for it. Because,
I don't.
Well, I don't know, man, because like honestly, it would depend with how people are right now. They're all like, "Oh, they just follow, what someone else says." But like maybe they would have hated Trump enough to go against it. So, never mind. You're probably right. But what I'm saying is Trump was at a rally and literally was saying something about the vaccine, and he got booed hard. And then he goes, "Well, I mean, it's your choice. You take it if you want." And I was like, "You're kind of back talking. Are you kind of backing it up? You're circling around."
Well, I guess here's the point though. So like, let's even assume that Trump would be for something like a vaccine passport.
I mean,
the public would never
we need
have
him alive.
They would never have it. People on the left would never have it just because Trump said it.
I know, right? I'm like, I wish Trump was in office just for that, because it's like I don't have any problem with anybody getting the vaccine. That's just like we said, do your research, do you? That's on you. But like
100%.
He got it. I didn't.
And I'll be the first to admit, I've said it repeatedly, and I'll say it again. I got it for very selfish reasons. I ended up not needing to get it.
I was going to ask you. Did they ask for?
No, but there was a mask mandate when I was there.
Did you tell them you were vaccinated? And
no, I didn't even bother.
Oh.
I had the card because I have expected.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, look, dude.
But here's the other thing, because here's my fucking luck. I guarantee if I hadn't gotten vaccinated, there would have been a fucking vaccine mandate, because that's just how my life goes.
And I'll give you the benefit that you got the least worrisome out of
Oh no, I
5
did.
in the entire world. I know that we have 3 here in the United States, but
Yeah, I did my research.
the only thing he's got to worry about is blood clots. And I'll tell you what, just take your baby aspirin. Just kidding.
Take your baby.
There's not much you can do for blood clots.
Well, I mean, I think aspirin allegedly helps prevent heart attacks. So I mean, same thing, just a blood clot in a certain area, right?
Right.
Right.
Something like that. Get
We're
stuck
not-
in the
we're
heart.
not- we're
Get
not
stuck in the
doctors.
brain. Aneurysm. Heart attack.
Yeah,
You know.
we're so not doctors.
No, but I mean, I just
I just played one
Hear
on the
stuff
internet
and-
that one time.
the internet.
I did. I played a doctor on the internet one time.
Oh yeah.
Technically a plastic surgeon, but
He must have been working with Johnny Sin.
actually I was working with Peter Pan.
Peter Pan. Peter's Pan.
No, just Peter Pan. Peter the Pan, to be specific.
Why does that sound familiar?
Because it actually happened. I was a cosmetic surgeon that was working on Peter the Pan.
Can't take this guy anywhere nice.
No, legitimately, I have the DVD. I can show it to you.
Oh gosh.
We turned him into the $6 million pan.
Oh.
I'm
We
not
can
lying.
rebuild
This
him.
actually happened.
We can make him stronger, faster,
We made him shinier too.
and stick free. Teflon.
Unfortunately, the surgery ended up being a bust because Peter's best friend Nick he couldn't pass. He wasn't Peter. So he beat the shit out of everybody until the aluminum foil came off.
I think I need to see this.
I know. I'll show it to you.
I don't know. Is it better than our? Why not? I only drink Fago. We did a horrible what was that in like 6th grade?
No, that was 7th grade. 7th grade shop class. For
7th
some
grade
reason.
shop class. For some reason, we got to do skits.
We had to do a commercial.
And me and this dude dressed up like ICP. I was Violent J and he was Shaggy.
Too dope.
Too dope. And yeah, so that just tells you how restrictive our parents were.
For the school.
Yeah. The school didn't even know. If they knew,
They had
they'd
no
know to shut us
idea.
down.
They had no idea.
But like we made like a little skit, and our friend acted like a rich guy who was drinking wine, and we was like, "Here, you want to try this delicious Fago?" and
It was so dope.
and the guy goes out. He's just like, it's one line. Why not?
Why not?
I think I remember what I said. I was like, "Hey, Richie, you want to try this Fago?"
Yes, that's exactly what you
And
said.
he goes, "I only drink
Do you
expensive
yeah,
wine."
test your memory? Do you remember who played Richie for
Richie?
us?
Oh yeah, it was Keto.
No,
Yeah, what?
that was Kurt.
No.
Keto wasn't in our shop class.
It was Keto.
No, it was Kurt. I promise.
No, I 100% promise you. Kurt
Was it
played the
really?
alligator.
That's right. Nope, you're right. My memory failed me. I'm old.
You remember a lot of stuff that I don't, so.
I'm legitimately ashamed.
Well, the only reason is because I've said that to Keto 100 times, and he's just like, "Oh gosh,
Ooh,
oh
gorge.
gosh."
Gorge.
He is kind of a goofy nowadays. He's a good guy.
Dude, I still have that meme of that picture that they took of him in your backyard. The victory pose.
Oh, dude,
I just put victory underneath it.
he's like, delete that.
Never. That is now a meme in my phone.
I forgot. I should have saved that. That was fun.
Oh, I've got it. I can send it
Sasha,
to you.
I think Sasha sent it to me, and then I sent it to the group post.
Oh no, I can send it. I can send it to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
I actually still have. Do you remember? You weren't in the class, but well, no, maybe I don't remember. The Caesar World project that we had to do.
No, I was with Miss Newman.
That's right. Okay. So I was
I was in
actually
the reject English class, even though English was like one of my best subjects.
okay. So here's a confession that I don't think anyone knows. I don't recall telling anyone this. So you remember junior year, I was in. It's the only advanced class I ever took. I was in English 11A,
Mhm.
the advanced class. Do you know why I was in the advanced class? The fucking guidance counselor made me. She legitimately made me. She sat me down and she was like, "Why aren't you in any advanced classes?" And I'm like, "Because I don't want to be."
Was that the same guidance counselor that we're fairly certain was banging one of the students?
Yes.
And we know who he is, which we'll
Yes.
keep his name out.
Yeah,
of
we
this.
will keep him anonymous. Yes. And to be fair, that was never confirmed to me.
I
don't
asked
know.
him 100 times, and he beat around the bush.
But yes, this was the same guidance counselor. So basically, to shut her up, I agreed to be in this class, which, I mean, it was fine, but I just felt like I was doing a lot of extra work for no benefit.
You're like, unless I'm going to be an English teacher.
Well, no. Okay, so here's the other thing. And again, a lot of people are going to disagree with me. AP classes aren't bullshit because you get college credit for them.
Yeah, you get heavyweighted credits or actually...
I can't remember. Is it AP classes where you advanced placement where you get college credit? I don't think so.
No, you didn't get nothing for them.
Yeah. So it's a fucking waste.
So I was telling my girlfriend in high school, I was like, you're smart for no reason.
No, because the dirty little secret is nobody fucking cares what you do in high school. I mean, as long as you don't kill anybody, you're pretty well okay.
And that's the thing, like, the way college is nowadays,
they don't fucking care.
There's so much potential out there. You don't need college anymore.
Well, no.
I'm not going to say don't go, but I'm just saying, like, there's so much other things you can do.
Here's legitimately what you do. Because, again, nobody even cares where all you go to college. Everybody cares where your diploma comes from, if anything. So I didn't even need to take the SAT because we had already tested into Ivy Tech Community College because of the computer classes we took. We had to take their entrance exam as juniors.
I barely passed that. And
it doesn't matter. You passed it.
No, the only reason being is because Gardner hated me.
He did.
And I was like,
rubbed him the wrong way.
I was like, why, dude? I was like, I'm a good kid.
I believe it had something to do with your first day.
I'm an asshole. Oh, dude. Our second year, do you remember how fucking bad we were the first day?
Were we in
we
the
were
same
cracking
class?
on everybody.
Were we in the
Gardner's
same class?
Yeah.
The second year?
We were in the morning class.
Yeah.
There was only morning and afternoon.
Yeah, no, I thought you were in the afternoon for some reason.
No, hell no. The morning class, dude, me, you, Anthony, and all of them, we were just cracking hard, like, on everybody. And Gardner literally had to tell us to shut up. And that was like the first time. And I was like, damn, dog. Like, you're mean.
And that was the second year?
And he was mad at me because I fucking actually built the game on fucking Flash. And I was able to drive a car around on it. And he's like, you're wasting your time on that. I was like, I'm making GTA, dog. Before I knew what GTA was.
This is the same year that we created an ad hoc network so that we could all play StarCraft together.
Yeah, that was all you guys.
Yeah, it was still fun.
And then when you all had... You built a computer in his class, right?
Yeah, everybody did.
I didn't. I didn't have enough money for it.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you did have to
my parents wouldn't give me money for it.
Dude, that thing frustrated the fuck out of me.
Dude.
I ended up getting a bad part. I had a bad power supply.
Oh man.
So I had to get one replaced, but like
that's the worst.
Well, no, because literally, like, I would boot up, it would go right into BIOS, and it would give me this error. But it was weird because it would give me it basically said I had a bad motherboard, but what it was, we figured out, was the power supply was not giving anything enough juice to even boot up. It was just barely enough. It was just a bad part.
Damn.
Took it out, put a new one in, boom, booted right up.
Yeah, I was gonna say because the motherboard's bad, it won't do anything.
Well, right, but as you recall, at least back then, usually a bad motherboard error didn't mean it was a bad motherboard.
Yeah, it was something else. Like computers 20 years ago were so much different.
So much easier.
No.
Really? They're easier now?
Oh my gosh, dude. Like I can literally I can literally build you a computer in about 10, 15 minutes. Like if I have all the parts out of the box and I don't have to unbox everything.
We could do that back in the day. Do you also remember how we got in trouble for improper? This was me and Joel, I believe. I don't know if you were part of this, but we got in trouble for misuse of the ping command.
No, I remember we could ping everybody because the thing is, it was on a big network.
Yeah,
that was fun.
Oh no, we got in trouble, but they didn't know.
We took an extreme tangent.
They wanted to punish us, but they didn't know what we did wrong because we didn't do anything wrong. We were just pinging websites to find out their IP addresses. That's all we were doing.
Yeah, and they were. Yeah, I do remember that.
But we were sitting in the office, and they brought in the school's network administrator, and they're like, "What do we write down on these forms?" And he's like, "Improper use of the ping command." And we told Gardner about it. He's like, "Really?" And we're like, "Yeah." Like, that's so funny.
Hey, let me see if I can jog your memory about this.
Oh yeah, probably.
Think back. Fifth grade.
Oh God.
It was a long time ago. The computer lab where we all played frickin' Hearts together.
Oh yeah.
You remember that on the
Oh yeah.
computers? That's probably what started our love for computers.
Well, and
Well,
then
mine at least. This guy, he has a laptop.
we've somehow figured out a way to basically chat using a notepad and the network drive.
Oh,
Which
dude.
you gotta admit was ingenious.
And on top of that, I will say this: back in the day, your school firewall sucked
Oh,
because I was able to use a proxy
So
server
easy.
every time and still look up whatever I wanted.
so easy.
What was the game website we always used to play?
Addictinggames.com.
Oh my fucking god! Stick RPG. Did you ever play that?
Hell yeah.
It's one of the best games ever online. Bubble Shooter, fantastic. I think it was Bubble Shooter.
Do you remember?
Derek
Okay.
Gayheimer actually got us to all. I don't know about you, but we all started playing this fucking Pink Bubbles, and it was a bubble shooter game. And like literally, we sat there
I didn't
3
play that
hours
one.
every day and just played it
I'll jog your memory. Do you remember Snowboarder Extreme?
on 64.
No, it was a Flash game. Or
Oh.
maybe it was Extreme Snowboard. I don't remember.
No.
That was my addicting game.
Maybe I don't know. There was another few games that I played constantly. There was a parking game. You remember that one?
Yeah.
Like literally, if you went wrong turn,
Oh, fuck.
and start over. That game was fun. Wow, AOC, you really fucking killed us.
We're remembering the good old days because today,
Before you
because
fucking
yesterday
idiots.
is just pissing us right.
I feel
the
bad
hell
for my kids. I would say I feel bad
Dude,
for
I'm not
all
even
kids.
gonna lie. I do feel bad. Like I feel bad for my nephews, because I truly, and this is not me just being a crotchety old man.
They don't get to grow up in the world we did.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like
They
I
won't
don't
be
even
able to
feel-
stay out
I think
late at night and fucking be safe.
Yeah. I think. Well, and here's the thing: they probably would be safe, but there's a perception that they wouldn't be. But
There's a
I guess
monster.
here's my point. I truly believe that we are the most fortunate generation because we are the last generation that knows what life is like without the internet and without cell phones.
Let's just say modern internet, because the
Well,
internet's
I mean,
been around
well,
since the
okay,
50s.
but okay. So to be fair, though, like some of us grew up away from the town proper, and some of us did not get legitimate internet until much later than some of our peers.
I remember one of our friends, Anthony. He was the first one to have cable internet, and oh my fucking god! At the time, it was literally only like 5 megabytes per second.
Well, yeah, but sites weren't designed with that much data.
Yeah,
yet.
yeah, exactly. And that's the thing that people are like. I mean, it worked perfectly back in the day, but it's like they weren't heavy.
Yeah, because they were
heavy
still
on
using
data.
HTML.
Yeah. So, but I'm just like, I miss those days.
I miss the carefree. Like, to call someone was a bit of a chore. Like, it didn't feel like it back then.
You know
but
what?
Comparatively speaking,
I would rather go back to that than carrying a device in my pocket 24/7 that I can be contacted on, because sometimes you just don't want to be bothered. And on top of that, some of us with addictive personalities, we get stuck on shit, you know?
I try, and I will admit, because I'm not always great about this, but
Fucking TikTok, I'm talking to you, motherfucker.
I've kind of scaled that back.
I have. I
Yeah.
only send you like 100 a day now.
It's
I'm
kind
just
of
kidding.
it's kind of gotten it's not that it's gotten old, but I've just kind of like the novelty's worn off. So like I use it to advertise clips and whatnot, and occasionally I'll scroll it, but not for extremely long periods
Right.
of time.
I always try to go in there and like the clips too, but sometimes I miss them. I'm like, how
But
the fuck did I miss this?
you should definitely check out our clips on TikTok. They're pretty good.
They're pretty good.
They're pretty good. Same with our clips on YouTube. You should like, share,
Like,
subscribe.
share, subscribe.
Particularly, and I'm being 100% serious. Like the little AOC rant there, I'm gonna upload that as a clip later on
That
I
hey,
want-
look,
I
you
want-
were going off there.
because it pissed me off.
I liked it. Got me hot.
Makes me want to touch.
Either that, or it was just because I turned off all the fans and the GPUs that I have reminding are fucking hot as shit.
I want to wear your skin.
I want to wear your skin, Dad. God.
That still cracks me up. Is that clip where you're just like, I want to wear your skin.
I forgot about that. Want to wear your skin.
That's an example of one of those things that should not be that funny to me, but it is.
Kind of
There's
like fucking American Pie, not the movie.
yeah,
Me.
the elementary school incident.
I apparently was thinking of American Pie when I was trying to read a book.
That was so
He knows it like how I said it perfectly, and I'm like, how the fuck do you remember that?
It was an excerpt from a book about an immigrant family, and the line was something something the way we tried to mimic American ways, but this motherfucker says mimic American Pie, and if you
laughing
because it's fucking funny, and I'm trying to hold it in, and I almost get in trouble. And I'm not blaming you, but like the teacher was being kind of a bitch about it because it's like, I'm sorry, it was funny.
And then we got one of our good friends sticking a fucking pencil in the fan on the projector. You remember when Mr. Ice grabbed Craig up over that fucking thing with his shirt?
Yes.
You stick that in there one more time.
Dude, speaking of getting in trouble in middle school, 7th grade, Mr. Huffman's math class. You remember Kyle, right?
Are you talking about when Huffman flew over the desk?
No, but I mean,
no, was that Huffman or was that Suits?
I think it might have been Suits.
But anyway.
But you know the Kyle I'm talking about, right?
B?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're just not trying to not out people. So I don't even remember what happened. I was talking in class, and like I'm not gonna make myself sound like a saint, but like it wasn't that big of a deal. So this is shortly after he went to slam the door one time, but they had the what do you call those? Like it stops the door from slamming, but it
door stopper.
But it's at the top, like.
It's not a hinge.
Yeah, but it keeps it from slamming, is what it is.
I know what you're talking about.
But so he goes to slam it, but it catches and almost hits him in the face.
Oh yeah.
This is shortly after that, so he was already like being overly sensitive. So I was talking in class, and he's like, he tells me to stop, and it's like, this is the last warning or whatever. Well, and then I talk again, but it was legitimately like to answer a question. And then he just flips out something. This isn't the Jake Boger show. Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, that's an odd thing to say, but all right. So I stop. And then Kyle, just as he turns his back, because Kyle's like sitting next to me, he's like, I'd watch that show. And I fucking lose it because it's such a funny thing to say. And I was not expecting it. So I get sent out in the hall because I'm just fucking
It's
dying.
like, right on. I'll sit out in the hall.
I mean, it was like...
They thought that was a punishment.
It's like, I don't want to be in your class. You're kind of doing me a favor.
You know, the funny thing is, like, a lot of people, like, hate school. Like, you know, they think back and they hate school. Dude, I loved being in our school. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, we were talking about that off air.
Like, I enjoyed it. Like,
it wasn't bad.
No,
I
was like, dude, we had good friends. We had good teachers, you know, like that, you know, except
it
for
helped
some
that it was small and
they
most
were
of...
hilarious.
Yeah.
You know, when they did dumb shit, like Suits.
When we did dumb shit.
What wasn't it? I'm pretty sure it was Suits. He was going after Sednick.
Probably.
And he literally he jumped over the desk and didn't touch it.
I mean, like, vaulted. I don't think I was in the class for that, but I heard about it. I heard about it.
That's like when I started something.
You can tell the story. I don't care.
I started something. I started it. So,
I mean, in a way, you finished it too.
I'm just glad it didn't go any worse than I was like. If I would have connected on all my hits, that would have been a bad news bears. Anyway, so when I was, we were in junior year.
Yes.
Yeah, we were getting back from Vokay, and if anyone's seen the movie Napoleon Dynamite, Rex Kwon Do, like for some reason he just smacks people in the back of the head, but he doesn't say Rex Kwon Do when he smacks them in the back of the head.
But we did.
That was a game we did, you know. Well, anyway, so I literally walk in the door and I smack this guy in the back of the head and say Rex Kwon Do. He smacks me in the back of the head and says Rex Kwon Do. I kick him as hard as I can, but he kind of absorbed it, and that made me. Well, actually, no.
So
He absorbed it, and then I started walking away, and he comes around and hook kicks me right in the dick.
I was not aiming for the dick.
But the thing is, it just for some reason
It was a happy accident that connected like perfectly. And so what's funny about this is I don't even think you know this part, or you probably do. I realized what happened. So I turn around, because at this point I'm in front of him. So I turn around to be like, because like,
You're like, oh shit.
I turn around to say I'm sorry, but like not like, oh my God, I'm sorry. Just like, sorry, dude.
Yeah,
I turn around.
That was about the time.
I turn around. This is when he regained life, shall we say.
Yeah, I'm definitely not as big as I was then.
I'm going to beat your ass.
Okay.
Boom.
According to another friend, back in the day, we had these headphones, because not everybody has AirPods nowadays. Well, I had these headphones that covered your ear, and they had a little neck band that went around the back.
Mm-hmm.
And they were on my ears, and I had a backpack on. My friend explained, he said, what happened was, he says, in one motion, he says, I broke my headphones off and snapped my backpack off, and at the same time made a fist and connected right with his eye.
Right. Which eye? It was the right eye, yeah.
And so hit him in the eye, and then and I kept going, but I missed him every time because this dude's pretty quick.
No, legitimately,
and I was
what
throwing
happened
so hard,
is,
I fell to the ground.
Okay, you are literally giving me too much credit. What happened was I was so shocked by getting hit that like I guess I kind of just went with it.
No, you were dodging them. I recall it because it took me a little later on to recall it because literally as I fell to the ground, I woke up. Like I was just like, and I literally after I hit this guy, I literally said, "Sorry, Boger," and walked away.
I didn't hear that, but you did apologize again later, and
yeah.
wasn't like we weren't sore about it. It was the same day.
Stupid. And that's listen, friends, just don't be stupid.
No, but like legitimately, and like this is I guess the silver lining of the story is it wasn't that big of a deal, and to this day it's still not that big of a deal. Nobody got permanently hurt. Nobody even got really all that bad hurt. Like it looked worse than it was. The liberals are at the door. I think it was the cat. Unless it was a ghost. Was it a ghost?
I don't know. Oh, she's going in the door. Fuck you.
That was a ghost.
Sorry, that was the maid. Oh, jeez. Well,
fuck me. That's funny.
I think that was a good tangent.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Listen, AOC, fuck you.
I mean, just like to touch on that again. I use the metaphor of Icarus and the sun. That to me was the moment where I just realized I'm like, okay, no, she's done. She has fallen in love with being a celebrity to the point where she doesn't even like. It's not about other people. It's about her and the attention she's getting. And I can say that with confidence now because the only other time that I really thought that was the case was her stunt at the southern border. Because let's be real. She
wasn't in a fucking city that had a problem.
That was a planned photo op.
Where she's crying at the
fence.
Fence.
Well, first of all, they have multiple pictures.
Yeah, but I guarantee you if a fucking immigrant ran up, she'd be like, "Oh my God, get him away!
Get him away!
Oh,
get him away!
Get this.
Get him away!"
Another thing is, which I'll give credit to Gutfeld. On there, they were talking about AOC was literally talking about that chick who makes the dresses. She's like, "Oh, with my immigrant friend." It's like she's from a fucking...
Yes, you're
she's
right.
from fucking a suburban area in Toronto.
Oh, speaking of suburban. So
life.
this is something I share with... And it's not that I'm trying to convert people. I'm just kind of trying to set the record straight. So the prevailing narrative of AOC is that she grew up in the Bronx. She was born in the Bronx. She grew up in Westchester. Which it's more expensive to live in Westchester than it is to live in
Pennsylvania? Westchester, Pennsylvania?
No, Westchester, New York.
Is there one? I didn't know that.
Yeah. It's a very affluent suburb.
Affluent.
Now, I will confess,
I must confess, it's killing me.
Anyway, that was a cover. Yeah.
Britney Spears. That was a cover.
Yeah, that was a cover.
I liked hers better.
I forget.
I hate to admit that.
I forget the name of the original. Was it
Lionel Richie?
No, it's a fairly old song though.
I must confess. That sounds nothing like Lionel Richie.
Yeah, his would be I must confess that I love you.
Once, twice,
3 times a lady.
Actually, Lionel Richie didn't read that.
Yeah, no, that's Lionel Richie.
No, the other one is. Yeah, I guess it is. I don't.
Hello.
There it is. That's what I was thinking of. It's me you're looking for. By the way, we're gonna put out a song sometime.
Oh God.
Once I get a studio set up.
He has it in his head that I can sing in any way, shape, or form.
We can try.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's always auto-tune.
Exactly.
I can T-Pain that shit. Or
be...
actually, I can Bad Bunny that shit.
Oh, I was going to say, you can do the high pitch, and I'll just be like, yeah. Swing low, sweet chariot.
Sweet chariot.
Catman! Oh, I can't do Cartman.
How would you like to suck my balls, Mr.
Gadsden? You know what?
Oh, fuck.
This was our first one back.
This is this show.
And I'm pretty sure we've had 0 concurrent viewers. So we didn't really care about sticking to topic.
Yeah, it was our first one back. And I said off air, I'm pretty sure people thought we just stopped. But it was, because long story short, I was out of town. So we just decided, fuck it, do a bye week. And then when I got
ran
back,
in and all kinds of shit, and then
and then the burnout was real. And then when I got back, literally the day after I got back, I started feeling that little tickle in the throat ski, and I got sick. And the only reason I was sick.
He's got the V too.
No, I didn't get COVID.
I know.
I had a cold, but here's the thing, and this contributed to my burnout. The only reason I was sick for as long as I was is because I could not rest.
No, the real reason is he's down with the sickness.
Oh.
Oh. Yeah, right.
No, I didn't get that. It was
his name is Ralph.
I did not Ralph.
Speaking of Ralph, do you watch The Flash?
I haven't in a very long time, but
okay.
I did watch it.
Well, I was gonna say, The Flash, the one of the characters on there, his name's Ralph. The actor was actually fired for a misogynist tweet.
Okay.
I think it was a misogynist tweet or something like that, or maybe I don't think it was sexual harassment, because there's been a lot of that going around. People are like, oh yeah, 20 years ago.
Why do you think I'm not on Twitter?
20 years ago and 4 score.
Abraham Lincoln said.
I'm on Twitter and I'm starting to have fun with it now.
Did you know that Abraham Lincoln said the word Negro once?
We need to cancel him.
Pretty sure he said other words, but I don't know. I wasn't there.
He did.
I mean, probably.
He did.
Probably.
That's great.
I don't know why we're talking about this.
I don't know either. I think that's a good stopping point. What do you think?
Oh, holy crap.
Unless you have something else. I'm fresh out of shit to spew.
I'm just going to jump on that same bandwagon again.
So if you got something, you can spit it out.
What's really funny is when I was more angry about it, right after it happened, I had this.
At the camera.
What?
Anyway, I'm sorry. Anyway, after it happened,
I was significantly more angry. I've actually calmed down a little bit, but I had this whole fucking epic speech, and of course I didn't write it down, and I didn't want to write it down anyway because then it would have felt unnatural, which we're all about. We're all about being off the cuff here, even when we're impersonating other people. We still ad-lib all that shit.
Which I don't care what anyone says. I think we did a damn good job.
We did. You know what? I defy. If we had an improv house here, we'd probably be a part of it. because we can roll with that shit. But anyway, back to AOC. Those of you that are still sticking up for her, I would highly encourage you to do a mental exercise where you put the shoe on another foot, so to speak.
And walk pigeon-toed. What the fuck?
No, literally. Like, let's conduct a thought experiment here. So this would have been akin to. I'm trying to think of a good example here.
Not AOC. She's not a good example.
Well, no, this is to put the shoe on the other foot.
She's not setting a good example.
What's something that Republicans are super hypocritical about?
This
would have been okay. So this would have been like Sarah Palin back in the day going to the abstinence ball after her Bristol. That was her name, Bristol Palin. Had just given birth to her son.
I lost count after that gangbang in Salt Lake City.
Oh my god, I forgot about.
No, that was from the Motley Crue movie.
Oh, was it? I thought that was
yeah. If you haven't seen that movie, it's fantastic.
Oh, no. I don't like Motley Crue, but
yeah, you don't have to like them to like the movie.
Fair enough. I was like, I enjoyed Walk the Line, and I'm not a huge Johnny Cash fan, so.
Dude, about to get off on a tangent. Continue with your.
Well, no, I mean, it's just put the show, figure something out that would piss you off in the same way, because this is not about it. This is not about it being AOC, because again, if you've watched this program, I've gone to bat for her intentions on more than one occasion, but this to me, again, it solidifies the fact that maybe she didn't start out this way, but she has fallen in love with a celebrity, and now she just can't help herself. So much to the point that there are Democrats. Like, career Democrats and journalists that lean left significantly.
Career Democrat? You mean like Joe Biden?
Yeah. That are now saying, like, yeah, that was not good. It was not. It was pure attention seeking. That's all it was. Because here's the thing. If you wanted to make that kind of statement, do it outside the Met Gala.
If you're going to do it,
protest
do it outside.
Do it right. Protest. No. I would have had respect for that. It's like, you're wrong.
That's the thing. That's the thing. She's not sticking to her.
This is not about her principles. This is about her getting attention.
Yeah, that's all it is. And I mean, that's that. When I first saw her come into, whatever it is, she is celebrity, whatever you want to call it. I saw that. I was like, she doesn't care what she says. She just wants people to pay attention to her. That's it. She doesn't care what she says.
Oh, I remember.
And she knows she's good. I'll give her this. She does get credit because she knows how to freaking rile them. She knows how to corral them in. Like, she's really good at that, because the thing is, I mean, everyone wants to call, like, conservatives and like, you know, or maybe even, I don't know about libertarians, but like they want to call them, like, they all collectively come together when it comes to ideas and whatnot. So it's like, dude, that's farthest from the truth.
Because they disagree with fucking everybody. Have you been in a room with more than 2 libertarians?
All they do is argue.
Yeah.
And did you know there was a libertarian socialism, like libertarian socialist people now? Like, and I'm like, that makes no sense.
That is an oxymoron if I've ever seen one.
Makes absolutely no sense.
That's literally like,
stop saying that fucking word.
That's a synagogue with a swastika hanging in it. Like, it just two of these things do not go together.
But as for my point, I mean, I'm not trying to say conservatives are always fucking right, because
no, they're wrong.
60% 60% of the time they're wrong. Democrats, I was going to say 80% of the time they're wrong. They've got good ideas, but they don't have the fucking means to back them. Conservatives,
they're good at identifying problems, but they're not particularly good at coming up with solutions that work.
And conservatives and I will say Republicans, they sit on their fucking hands too much. They don't like to do anything unless it benefits them. And I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. But at the same time, when your country's falling apart, like, now, get you off your ass and get to work.
Well, it's like I called Marjorie Taylor Greene, you know, like, you can have an issue with what happened in Afghanistan. A lot
She's
of
just
people
young
do.
and stupid, isn't she? Young.
I don't know how young she is. I
She
mean,
looks kind of older.
She's definitely stupid.
I just figured maybe she's one of those ones. That's
Like I am,
I just heard of her.
and I am unapologetic on this one. Partly because she's a Republican, and I know I won't get much backlash for this, but she's just straight up dumb. I've heard, and I kind of, she's another one where, admittedly, I didn't say anything publicly because I didn't know anything about her, but I'm like, maybe they're blowing this out of proportion. Nope, she said some real stupid shit, and I think she was punished accordingly.
That's like when you see certain people on Facebook, and I'm not gonna like go into any details, but like
Probably know who you're talking about. But.
it's not anyone specific, just a specific type of people. Like I would say they're conservative or Republican, but to be honest with you, I think it was the whole 2016 spiel of Trump. You know, like what else you got to lose? You know, shit like that, and then he got a bunch of shall we say, hee-haw people, and they just believe every fucking word.
Yeah, everything he says.
They don't question anything. And the thing is, those are the same types of people. Like, literally, if you want to break it down into two categories, like yin and yang.
They're two sides of the same coin.
You've got, well, hold on, you've got the liberals who believe everything that their real leaders say, and then you got these people. I'm not going to say the word because it probably would get us banned or something like that. And it starts with an R and an N. And this actually is not all them. It's actually just people who are uneducated.
And registered nurses?
Yeah. Fucking registered nurses. No, I guarantee you fucking 80% of them vote blue.
I don't know about that.
I know you're seeing a mass exodus
That
of
depends.
nurses
That
leaving.
depends on where you are.
I mean, the mass exodus of nurses leaving their field because of being forced to do something, inoculation, and like when it comes to, I just thought about this, and I think you're probably gonna be like, wow, but anyway, so now like obviously the makers of the vaccine, they are getting paid by the government.
Yep.
So the thing is, when people say, and they, I'm pretty sure you've seen this argument on Facebook or somewhere, when people say, well, I mean, seatbelts save lives, and they force you to do that, but hold on.
Yeah, I know.
And I can't remember who invented seatbelts. I think it was, I can't remember if it was a German car, and I think it may be BMW.
I thought it was Ford.
No, but it was a German vehicle that invented the seatbelt. But you know what they did? They gave that patent to every other company for free.
Right.
No money whatsoever.
I had heard that. I just can't remember who invented it. But
so
yes,
therefore,
I had heard that.
they wanted to save lives
Well,
with no gain. And I get that it costs money to do research and whatnot. But the thing is, these people are fucking filthy rich.
Well, and then here's the other side of that coin, which
Talking the makers of the vaccines.
I love those arguments because they're not the same thing on its face. So, yes, seatbelts save lives, but here's the difference. You only have to wear a seatbelt if you're driving a car. You do not have to drive a car. It is not required.
If you don't drive a car every single day, it doesn't affect your daily life.
Exactly. Well, and not only that. So what that is that is a choice that you can opt out of. Because, okay, so here's the difference. If you are just 100% against seatbelts, then the easy solution is you live somewhere where there is public transportation, where you don't have to wear a restraint.
Or you just pay the tickets.
Because
the thing is, they're only infractions. You can get 1 million of them, and if you just keep paying them.
I don't know. I think they're getting pretty strict with the seatbelt violations, but I digress. It's kind of so this goes back to the whole like health insurance versus car insurance thing, which again, it's the same argument just with a different paint job.
I think the reason they started doing the car insurance is because a lot of people are getting in wrecks and then just like walking away from them.
Well, but here's the thing though. So there's a liability. So the reason car insurance makes sense is because you do not have to own a car. You do not have to drive a car. But if you do, there is an inherent liability with you being on the road. Because even if it's an innocent accident, you might hit something or someone. And if you hit something or someone, that person should not have to pay for the damages because it is not their fault.
And now,
that is why it's different from health insurance because... And it's different from forcing someone to get a vaccination because you are required to do that just by being alive. you cannot opt out of that. There's no way to opt out of it, and that's the difference. If you're just so against wearing a seatbelt, you can opt out of that by not driving a car.
Mm-hmm. Now, for the libertarian side, this is actually nothing to do with seatbelts and vaccines. I lost my train of thought. Back to you in 2 minutes, Johnny.
Back to you. And now let's go to Todd with sports.
It's fucking cool!
Sports!
What are they doing? I don't know.
Alabama's having a good season so far. Of course, they haven't really. I think they just beat Florida. Alabama football.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah, roll tide, motherfucker.
I love playing football.
Roll motherfucking tide.
Not a fan of watching it.
Do you watch college football?
I love college basketball.
So here's
I can't watch that constantly.
So here's the funny thing is I could not stand to watch football when I was younger, and it wasn't until I started.
Yeah, what the fuck? I never watched any sports.
To this day, I still can't watch NFL football. It's so boring. But
college ball's different.
College ball's way different.
Why? Because they play hard because they're trying to get on those teams?
I figured out why. It's not that they're playing harder. There is a wider disparity of skill in college ball.
Absolutely.
So you have players in college now that are NFL caliber. And then you have some guys that after college will not play football ever again. And then now you have some guys that will go overseas and play in like the CFL or overseas in arena football or whatever. So there's different levels of players. Everybody in the NFL is at NFL caliber level. So I guess the best example I can put is like a 3-yard gain, in a running play in the NFL is amazing. Like that, I mean, it happens, but like that's a good play. In college, 3 yards, who fucking cares? Like 3 yards, shit. Why couldn't you didn't take an extra step? Like what the fuck? But it's not uncommon. I mean, I shouldn't say it's uncommon. It's not outside the realm of regular possibility for someone to have a dynamic running play and get a touchdown out of it.
Do you just pick a team?
No, I've been a fan of Alabama since I started watching college football because I was kind of indoctrinated into it, but they're winners. So.
Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah, I was gonna say because like I mean, anytime I've actually watched football or made wagers, I always root for the home team, our home team, Indiana Colts. Because back in the day, I that's actually not true. I did watch football religiously when Peyton Manning was and this is the whole getting back to when we were kids. I watched NBA constantly when we had Reggie Miller.
He did.
Michael Jordan.
He did watch NBA
and then also I watched MLB a lot when we obviously Indiana doesn't have an actual MLB team. So me and my dad, we were fans of the Cincinnati Reds.
I was gonna say there's a lot of Red fans.
Mark McGuire, all those dudes from 25 years ago.
Fuck,
fantastic! I swear, sports were so much better then.
I mean, I think
I'm not saying they're bad today. Some of them, but like when you got LeBron, that's all you hear: LeBron, and I think the dude's overrated. I don't doubt he has skill. But
would he have been able to swim 20 years ago?
Everyone always says, well, Michael Jordan's a better player than LeBron. But the thing is, LeBron, believe it or not, and I hate to say this, it makes me want to puke in my mouth, is a team player. He passes the ball. Jordan was a fucking ball hog, but at the same time, Jordan had a fucking talent that no one I've ever seen. But he was that
damn good.
I mean, besides Larry Bird and who's the tall guy? Really tall.
The other tall, Magic Johnson?
No, he's super tall.
For the Pacers?
He was in the Bruce Lee movie.
Oh, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He
Jafar. What's called
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I wish to be
Arabian Nights.
Genie, my second wish. I wish to be able to dunk a basketball in the NBA.
I've never seen that movie.
Really?
Aladdin?
It's really good.
You want to know what?
You're talking about the animated one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good.
There is a live action one now, right?
Yeah, but it's the shits.
It's
terrible.
The shits. Take anti-diarrhea.
Fucking awful.
But yeah, just sports are not the same.
I think you just have some nostalgia going for you.
That's it.
I mean, it makes
Living
sense.
in the past, man.
I still,
It's in
I
the
mean,
past.
I still have nostalgia for the 2009 Alabama football season, and that wasn't that long. Oh God, it was that long ago. Fuck, it's been over a decade. But
11 years.
yep, but that was the first season where I got super
You're
duper
fucking
into
old.
it. I know, right?
Not me. Him.
I'm old.
I'm old.
Fuck,
He still got voice cracks, so therefore he's not old.
It
He's
does
going
happen.
through puberty.
It does happen every once in a while.
What are you talking about, Dad?
Dude, there was like a solid 2 years where that was just always fucking happening to me.
It was overnight for me.
It's probably why
My
I still
voice
to this
isn't
day.
much different. It's just a tad deeper. But
That's
the thing is,
true.
I
That's
have, I can make my voice deeper. But like if I just talk normally, it's like this. But then, if I want to, go into Barry White, sometimes I can do it really well. But like when I
Well, but fuck, you were there. There was a solid 2 years where I just could not. And it's probably to this day why I still hate the sound of my own voice. Even though I've had several people be like, no, you have a great voice. I'm like, I don't fucking hear it.
Yeah, someone on my Facebook before we did this, and I did a Facebook Live playing a game. There's like, you have an excellent broadcaster's voice.
We've both been given that compliment, and I'm just like, I don't hear it.
And I was like, well, look to the MLB season. We'll be up in the stands. Oh, and he hit another 400 towering.
Thankfully, I seem to have gotten rid of the very little hint of like that Indiana twang that I used to have, but I would only hear it.
Hold on. Oh.
Oh God, when I discovered that Facebook page, I laughed so fucking hard.
Dude, people from Indiana and everything like that, don't say ope.
I thought I was the only
If
fucking
you run into
one.
somebody, just say, excuse me.
I fucking say ope like nobody's
Oh my
business.
God, dude, you'll walk into somebody like, ope.
Oh my God. Oh!
Somebody walks down the corner, ope! It's like, calm down, Homer.
This is the this is the level to which I did not understand. So I've said ope my entire fucking life, but I never clicked until I saw that Facebook page. And I'm like, oh my God,
and then
this is a
it made you
thing.
fucking conscious of it.
Yes,
and,
and
you're like,
now
oh,
I'm like, this is a fucking thing. I never knew where it came from.
Listen,
But I must have heard it when I was young, and
whoever
it just
wrote that article, fuck you. Simply just because you're like the same person that like just because you don't like what someone has to say, you don't let them finish their fucking sentence.
like, yeah.
Fucks. Let people finish their sentences, unless you
Oh,
have a good
shit.
idea, and I like it. Interrupt me.
So basically, what we're saying is that AOC should have said,
She's
"Oh,
a bitch."
she should have said, "Oh, sorry."
Yeah, seriously, like you could have made a bigger statement that would have made you look so much better.
I actually would
if
have
your
had,
ass would have been outside
I would
with
have,
that dress saying "fuck you."
I would have actually had a little bit more. I would have had a lot more respect for her. Not even the dress was
Her
goofy.
views and everything like that, I could never get behind her. That's
But at least she would have been consistent. That's the problem. Is
Yes.
now she is proven that she is 100% disingenuous and full of it. Kind of like Bernie.
and it's like
Except here's the thing. Okay, so this is a better example. So this would have been like Bernie after he
food
sold.
lines are good.
No, after he sold out from the 2016 election and bought his third home. It would have been
There
like
were many
him,
people buying third homes.
It would have been like him posting it on Instagram. Like doing the selfie in front of the house, like living my best life. 6 rooms and all.
Dude, that's perfect. Oh, Bernie. I need to come up with somebody.
Yeah. We still have to give the right people on the right their due. Because we gave people on the left their comeuppance.
I don't know. Maybe Bernie will debate Morgan Freeman.
I
don't think I know what you're talking about.
I can't do Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman goes into the kitchen and he grabs himself a bowl and he puts some cereal in it and he pours himself a bowl of cereal and he goes into the kitchen and eats it.
You know what you
He was
sound
already
like?
in the kitchen.
You sound like Cleveland
I
Brown
can't do it.
doing an impression of Morgan Freeman.
Hey, that's 2 in 1. I'm better than you. Oh no!
Ole. That made no sense.
Ole. Never been with a Spanish chick before. Ole.
Isn't there an O in country? Nope.
I see you've been checking out that internet porn. What's that over there?
Oh god, that joke was so good. He's like, "What? There's porn on the internet?"
Yeah, and do you remember when he was? He's like, they're like, how old are you? He's like, I think he said he was like 67. And they're like, Quagmire, you're 67? I think the age is like somewhere around there. And he's like, how the hell do you look so young? And he's like, what is it? Beets. He's like, I get them when I can't eat them, shove up my ass.
That's right. Did you see the episode of Family Guy where they decide to do a podcast?
No.
Oh, dude, that shit is funny.
I've been trying to keep up on it, but it's
I can't.
they're
so
fucking.
I don't have the fucking time.
They put them out there like crazy.
Oh, it's hilarious though because like they decided to do a podcast.
I did keep up on South Park there for a while though.
Yeah, they decided to do a podcast and Cleveland ruins I believe it's the first episode because he starts telling this story that goes on
Peter,
forever.
you're nasty.
Oh, that's nasty.
That's like us. we tell a story that goes on first.
Yeah, but ours is funny. Apparently his was like why he could no longer wear a certain pair of shoes.
You can't see it.
Okay,
it's funny.
Okay. So this will jog your memory. Do you remember that episode of DBZ, Vegeta versus Pui? Pui.
Oh, dude, what he said?
I think you need a massage.
Yeah. That was, the abridged. Oh, no, I haven't.
No, we said that.
Oh.
Because they just had that really weird shot of him, like, slowly putting his hands on his chest. I mean, granted, he's about to blow him to smithereens, but it's just, like, a really weird shot.
Like, they could have, like, did that a little different, because it's kind of weird.
It's like, I probably would have sped that up a bit.
But I will say, though, Japan people aren't really probably homophobic.
Actually, they are extremely homophobic. There's this... I'm gonna say this like I'm going to say this like I'm an expert. I'm not, but I have a great book that goes over this. So, thanks to anime being exported to the West, there is a mistaken belief that the Japanese people are, and they become a lot more tolerant over the years. But like the era we're talking about, the late '80s or the late '90s, early 2000s, there was this idea that the Japanese were like this super tolerant society, especially when it came to LGBT people. What you have to understand is that yes,
LGBT PP. Is that
no yeah.
I heard you.
People.
You said it right. People.
So, but anyway, while there are several instances where these characters are featured, you have to look at it a little bit differently because they are often either played for laughs or these are characters that even though they might even be good protagonists in the series, they rarely if ever get a legitimate happy ending. Like they might not die, but you know, like the main hero who is the heteronormative like standard of society often gets the girl or wins the tournament or whatever the goal is, and at best the gay characters or the trans characters are supporting cast members who may or may not be killed off or dismissed in any way, shape, or form. They don't get a happy ending. But I think it's not noticed here because I will say, particularly in American animation, it's just a lot more direct and in your face. There's a lot less subtlety, which I think is one of the reasons why anime got so popular. Because it was more gray area storytelling, but because of the audience, it kind of got taken the wrong way, or the unintentional way, rather.
I don't know what I was gonna say.
Well, because so Japanese storytelling, particularly in anime, but not just in anime, it's very much reinforcing cultural norms. It's a big deal, and again, it's changing slowly but surely, because now there have been newer anime. That actually have, like LGBT protagonists that are shown in a more positive light, but it's not super duper common yet. And there is a subgenre of stories like that where, but it's a subgenre. It's a niche market where, like, yes, you'll have some creators that will show it in a positive light, but again, often these are not given, like, they're not to the level of Dragon Ball, for example.
Sorry. There's like, besides Baki the Grappler, which, by the way, if you haven't seen that, it's fucking amazing.
It's on the list.
Oh my god. Like, you know me, I like Dragon Ball and I like a few other anime. It's never been a huge buff, but like, Baki is insane. It's so good. I don't know where
Well,
I'm going with
I
that.
still to this day I maintain like when I was younger I would categorize myself as an anime fan. Like there was stuff that I would check out specifically because it was anime.
Mhm.
I think nowadays I'm more like I'm just a fan of good shit, and if it's anime, great, and if not, like I'm just a fan of
TV
good.
show, cool.
I'm just a fan of good storytelling.
Like speaking of, Heroes.
Good show,
That was an amazing
good show, especially the first season.
Oh, dude,
They kinda lost
the
me
first,
after
the
that,
first,
but-
second, and I think third season were good, and then I think the writers went on strike the fourth. And
That's
fifth
right, they
season.
did. They did.
But I love that show, and then they tried to bring it back with Reborn, and it was trash.
Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta take the L.
Peter Petrelli, man.
Who's Peter
Probably,
Petrelli?
He was the main guy. Milo Vincenamilia, or however you say his name.
See the dude that could fly?
No, that was his brother.
That's right. Okay.
But the thing
I'm
is,
thinking of the right.
Peter Petrelli, he could mimic anyone's powers. And the thing is, his power at first was that he could absorb. He basically didn't absorb the power, but he copied it, and he was overpowered because once he copied it, he could use it at will.
Ah.
Now the thing is, if someone learned to fly, he could fly, and if someone had impenetrable skin, he
Wasn't
had
that
impenetrable
Siler's
skin.
power too, though?
Siler was able to steal powers by killing them.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
Which,
got
is
it.
it Siler?
Yeah, Siler.
Yeah. He was fucking awesome.
Zachary Quinto.
And I remember everybody like freaked out when he's gay. I was like, he's playing a character. Who cares? I was like,
No, Zachary Quinto is gay.
Yeah, I know. But like a lot of people freaked out when they
gives a
heard he was
fuck?
gay. That's what I was saying. I was like, dude, his character is amazing.
He killed a
and I was
Spock.
like, and that dude's
I
a
don't
good
care.
actor.
Yeah. he's
Have you
fucking
seen American
phenomenal.
Horror Story? He's in the. Like,
I never got into American Horror.
Okay.
I don't like serials. Though.
I did not get into American Horror Story until Apocalypse. And I still, to this day, can't watch the older ones. They're just not a big thing. And then they had one after that, which was like fucking 80s camp. Like,
Oh God.
oh, dude, it's amazing. It's so good. It's about ghosts.
Okay,
and they
so
literally are
here's-
stuck in a fucking camp.
Speaking of 80s shit, so this one might.
Roddy Rod Piper. I came here to chew bubble gum and kick ass.
And I'm all out of gum. It's a-
I'm all out
No,
of gum.
you know what
you
show-
motherfuckers thought that was Duke Nukem.
well, Duke
I mean,
Nukem
Duke
said
Nukem
it.
did say it, but
Roddy
But it
Rod
was-
Piper
it was
said
in
worse.
reference
actually,
to-
you knew that.
It was a reference
They
to
live.
the hot rod, but a show that I could not get into, and this is gonna shock some people. Stranger Things. I could not get into it.
It was so good.
Couldn't get into it.
Let me ask you this: if you didn't get into that, did you watch Super 8?
No, I've not seen it.
Okay, I was gonna say that movie's fantastic.
Yeah, I could not, and I tried. I just couldn't get into it.
How many episodes? That's like people saying, "Oh,
I
you
tried-
gotta watch the whole first season
No,
of
if
Game
it-
of Thrones, and it's so good."
That's another fucking
Yeah,
show
I
I just
was
could
like,
not get
"Eh."
into.
I watched the whole first season and just couldn't do it. I was like, "This is fucking
I tried.
slow."
I tried 3 times to get into Game of Thrones. and
That's
I'm
like
just
the Assassin's Creed movie. Everyone's like, "Oh, it's so good."
No, it
I couldn't
wasn't.
get into it.
It
It was
was the
so
shits.
slow.
It was the shits. It was not.
And I was
good.
like, "Look, dude." I was like, "If you're gonna give me a game that's I mean, don't get me wrong. You've ever played Assassin's Creed?
No, but I want to.
Oh, do you have a PS3?
No, I have a PS4 and a PS2. I skipped 3. I know,
Say,
fuck me,
if you
right?
had a PS3, I literally have almost every fucking Assassin's Creed game.
I don't have time to play games
Spoilers.
though. That's the.
You find time. You make time.
I really can't
But
because I do fucking podcasts. Speaking of which, I mean, I can put this out there now. I don't know when they're going to start it, but Ben's actually going to start his own podcast with his cousin that actually is probably going to be pretty cool. We're just not into horror movies.
I like them, but I can't
I
sit
mean,
there and
I'm
talk
just-
about them. I
well,
don't,
no,
I
and-
don't know enough, but if
and-
you jog my memory, that's
Well,
just like
and the
this.
funny thing is, he asked me if I wanted to be a part of it, and part of me like wanted to say yes because I'm addicted to this shit, but then also I'm just like, I'm not really into horror movies, so I'm probably not the kind of person you'd want on that show.
Right.
And then I have to remind myself that I do 2 other podcasts right now, so I don't know that I could drop
Oh,
a third one.
By the
but-
way, I couldn't
Come up with a good idea, so I challenged Ben to a staring contest.
that's awesome. That's fucking
And
great.
what he doesn't know is, like, I don't know if you've known me. I mean, you've
You
known
can
me
stare.
quite a bit. I don't blink very often unless, like, I want to.
Oh, that's hilarious. Speaking of which, I guess I can throw this announcement out. There is, in very short order, there is going to be a new belt made that will
Oh,
be
the
that will be a custom belt. It'll probably take a while because of all the shortages and whatnot, but I've looked into it. We're gonna get a custom belt made.
Oh, speaking of that, we have an announcement.
Which announcement? Oh yeah,
The whole fucking reason for the podcast.
the whole fucking
You're
reason.
almost forgetting.
A little bit later on tonight, our new shirt will go. Actually, so before I get into that, there's another shirt. So the Down the Middle podcast released a new shirt over the weekend. It's quoting Ben's favorite catchphrase of mine. It's just in the new T-shirt. It's all a work, which actually it's a pretty. I think it's a pretty cool looking shirt. I mean, I designed it, so I'm a little biased, but I thought it looked pretty cool. But anyway, so yeah, so we are unveiling a new T-shirt later on tonight. I don't think you can see that, but
No, probably not. It'll probably look like shit, but oh well.
yeah, you cannot see that.
Yeah.
Just check out the. I'm gonna make sure it's featured, so it should be at the very top.
If you make a clip, put
There
it
you
in.
go. Yeah. But yeah, we're unveiling a new T-shirt in honor of AOC's gaffe at the Met Gala, which unfortunately will probably not go down in history as a gaffe. It'll probably just disappear like everything else, which is a real shame.
On
because
top of that, people be like, she's so brave.
she ain't brave. Not for that anyway. I'm not gonna say she's not brave because I don't know her, but she ain't brave for that. That didn't take any guts at all.
She definitely went home with a lampshade on her head that night.
No, what kills me is there were a lot of people in the Met Gala that are probably like, oh my god, yes, tax the rich. While
Like,
they're
you are the
shipping-
rich.
It's like, you are fucking rich.
You bitch.
You make just shy of $200,000 a year just from your job in Congress. That's not including all, which guaranteed you're gonna have booked, if you don't already. She's gonna have book deals. She's gonna be a millionaire in no time. In no time flat.
And those are the type of people you don't want to be a millionaire.
I mean, I don't have a problem with it. I'm
I'm not
I
saying
do
we have a
have a
problem with her
problem-
being a millionaire. I'm saying those are the type of people you don't want to be a millionaire, because then they literally go to these things and they try to get balls rolling, and the other people are like, yeah, no.
Yeah. She's
then
probably
they start
schmoozing
wars.
with a documentary
kidding.
filmmaker, which she already has a documentary about her.
Yeah, it's like, your life is not that important. You have done zilch. You haven't
Well,
done anything.
So here was the other point, and then we'll wrap it up because I know we've been going a little while. But the other point I wanted to make that I started making when I was talking about her growing up in Westchester is, so her story is that she's lived this really like blue collar struggle life.
Yeah.
And I will preface this by saying again, I don't know her. I don't know what her life was like, but I can look at the results, and all this is like, you can look all this up. She had enough time and extra money in college at Boston University, which I'll be honest, I assume it's a decent school, like one that if you didn't have some sort of scholarship or paid for in advance, you would probably need to be working in some capacity to pay for. I can make that assumption. If I'm wrong, let me know. But she had enough time to volunteer for several political campaigns all throughout college.
Weird.
Yeah, and I couldn't find anything. Oh no, I guess she did have some kind of scholarship, but like, I guess my point is, I'm not saying she didn't struggle. I'm simply postulating the possibility that she might be embellishing for effect.
I'm sorry, but like the way she acts, talks, and everything like that, there's a certain type of person that it takes for and that this is definitely generalizing an entire group of people. Forgive me.
That's what we do here.
The liberals on that sect, and I'm talking like, I'm not even gonna say liberals. That we need to stop using
The
liberal.
leftists.
The leftists, the crazy far leftists. They all have a certain personality, and they all kind of go with the same thing. But at the same time, they come from rich homes, because and then they act like, oh, blah blah blah. We need to do this and this and this, and I'm like, you don't understand the struggle. Like, the funny thing is,
Because you've never lived it.
people who understand the struggle generally typically lean more conservative, because they understand the struggle and they want to fucking keep their own money. They want people out of their business. They don't want more government.
The difference being is that people who probably have struggled, they see people that are rich, and yeah, there might be some level of resentment depending on how rich we're talking, because there is filthy rich. But
Yeah, filthy animal.
most of the time, at least this is how I feel, and I know you feel this way. It's like I look at a Jeff Bezos and I'm like,
come on, Jeffrey, you can do it.
Yeah. No, but I look at that and I'm be like, I want to be that, because I honestly believe that if I had that kind of money, I probably would use it different. I would definitely use it differently than him.
If I had Jeff Bezos' money, yeah, I would literally do anything I could to help.
I'd be buying fucking houses for people if I had Jeff Bezos money.
Yeah, definitely. Like fucking friends and family you knew from like back in the day. Hey, how you guys doing? Oh, not so good. There's a house. Does that make it better?
Well, and I'll simply share this anecdote.
That's fuck you money.
Yeah,
is what he has.
That's the ultimate fuck you money. But
I
that's
mean,
money...
Elon Musk has fuck you money too, though.
Yeah, but Elon Musk is trying to get us into fucking space, so I will...
Back to space.
Yeah, back to space. Sorry, back to space.
But,
so I give him a little bit of a... And everybody
he's
was
creating
jumping...
all kinds of good stuff.
Yeah, but everybody was jumping down Jeff Bezos' throat, which, by the way, that rocket did look like a fucking cock, but... Like...
It's a Johnson!
That's exactly what I thought of when I saw that. I'm like, Jeff.
I didn't see it.
Oh, dude.
I never saw the fucking...
It looked like a legitimate penis.
Yeah, it's a penis. It's a giant dick.
One-eyed monster.
Oh, yeah.
Step inside. Oh, what's that? It looks like a pig. Anyway, like, that's the level of money Jeff Bezos has. He built a fucking rocket, or he bought a fucking rocket. He didn't build it, but like, and it went into space. But let's not discount the fact that this guy funded a rocket that went into orbit. That's important. Like, it's not giving immediate benefit, but it will.
Hold on. I would definitely say Elon Musk is more important when it comes to the space race again. Space Race 2.0. Let's call it Space Race 2.0.
Space Race
I'm coining that right now. Space Race 2.0.
Yeah, but who are we racing?
It's Russians.
Ourselves.
Oh, yeah, you can't say the Russians.
Why not?
I got banned on Facebook for saying...
Fucking kidding me?
I said, man, those Russians are crazy. And it was literally... It literally, like, you would have saw it and you'd be like, dude. Like, it was more like a statement of saying... Holy fucking shit, they're badass.
And yeah, there's TikTok audio going around that saying, I do not want to be strong like woman who can lift men. I want to be strong like bitch who lifts bear in the wilderness, with a Russian accent.
I've not heard that.
Oh, it's fucking funny.
Dude, I just watched a TikTok today. This guy was literally sitting on a fucking chair next to a fire, and a fucking bear literally comes up, sniffs his leg, and then goes to take I don't know why I touched your knee. Goes to take a bite out of his knee. And the guy's like, ah! And he gets up and runs. And I'm like, I would have got up when the fucking bear showed up. I'm like, it's a fucking bear. I know they're like, stay calm. And I'm like, fuck that.
Depends on the type of bear.
It was a black bear.
Oh, well, yeah.
And the thing is, you know, a lot of people are like, a bear that's not afraid of humans is dangerous. And I was like,
I don't know about that.
I was like, that would just mean they know you have food, and they'd be like, hey, you got a sandwich?
Hey, boo-boo, this one's got
because if you don't have a sandwich, you're the sandwich. I'll eat you.
Okay, this is way off topic, but like, speaking of bears, did you ever watch The Revenant?
The only thing I know about that movie is he sliced something open and got into a fucking thing to survive. Was it a cow or was it a bear?
I thought it was a horse.
Was it a horse? That's the only thing I know about that movie. Other than that, I've never seen it.
Oh, dude, you should watch it if nothing else for the bear attack, because apparently it's insanely accurate to how it would actually go down. It's hard to watch.
Did he get mauled and die?
No, he didn't die, but he got mauled.
Ooh.
Like, and I will admit, it's rough to watch. And the fucking thing is, like, then it comes back.
The bear?
Yeah. And you're because like you think
it's my guts are hanging out. What do you want more from me?
Like, it's really tough to watch because you think it's done, right? And then like he starts to move, and then the fucking bear comes back, and then you're like, Jesus.
It's like curl up in a fetal position. It won't hurt you. Oh my gosh! It thinks you're one of its cubs.
It might not hurt you. It might hurt you. So. Yeah, that's the kind of dirty little secret they don't tell you about grizzly bear attacks is like, that's the prevailing advice is that you curl up.
Oh, it was a grizzly.
Yeah.
Oh.
But that's like a 50-50 shot as to whether or not it'll just like lose interest or Like, it might still kill you. But it's not like you're going to outrun it, so. I mean, that's kind of like... What is
running.
What is that old saying? It's like, I don't have to outrun the
I don't
bear.
I don't have to outrun the bear. I just have to outrun you.
It's kind of true.
It's like, why are you taking your shoes off? Because I run faster without shoes. What? I don't have to outrun the bear.
So basically, in closing, AOC, you fucked up.
Yep, you could have fucking.
This is
cleaned up.
Unfortunately, this is irreversible, and unfortunately, it won't affect her negatively because as many people as
because they'll silence it. They'll probably take this off for fucking talking about her.
You know what? Legitimately, if they do take
with
this
the
off
0
for silence,
views,
if they do take this off for us talking about that will
solidify.
We'll have to find a new platform for the video stream because I will have lost all faith in YouTube being capable of being impartial.
Yeah, because I mean we were already
Because we
suspect
said
when we fucking got a strike. Well, we didn't get a strike. We got a warning.
Which I will say this. I believe that was an automatic thing because of the subject matter we were talking about.
Yeah, but when I asked and got nothing else, and they said there was literally just nope.
You know what's funny? One of our videos.
Sit down.
One of our videos. It was one of the fake ads we did for the Ben Shapiro episode. It got flagged, but it got flagged for advertising. But I appealed it, and then they put it back on.
Because if they fucking watch it, they know it's a joke.
Yeah, and
FDIC.
I was kind of surprised.
Remember FDIC.
I was kind of surprised that it went back on because I'm like, oh, this is.
Dude.
It was the goldbonds.net one because that one's not an obvious joke.
I had people asking me, "There's like, are you guys doing commercials now?"
Oh my god.
I was like,
you know, that's a good thing because it's making fun of.
Oh, it was great.
It's making fun of the Ben Shapiro show because the ads
people
are
thought
obnoxious.
we had fucking ads, and I was like, I wish.
That was the goal.
I was like, maybe.
Well,
one
that's
day.
also why like the first couple of ads sounded okay because like first of all, Vincera Watches is a real company that I actually like, and then they start out sounding not so ridiculous, but by the time you get to the end, they're fucking stupid. What was it, Buffalo Bill's hand lotion? It puts the lotion in the basket and then has shipping box.
Buffalo Bill, who did you kill?
That was actually my favorite one. I was proud of that one. It was like, it puts the lotion in the basket and then in a box shipped directly to your door. And then State of Florida was pretty good too. I liked that one. That was pretty funny.
That was a good one.
The only thing that it's always raining in Florida, both the weather and freedom.
All right.
Yeah,
I think
it's time to sign off.
All right, signing off. I'm Walter Cronkite.
And that's the way it is.
That's the way the cookie crumbles. I
We
like
just
it.
can't stop.
Nope.